Okay, this gauge here, but that's not going to fit, I don't think. Yes, it will. Well, nope, this is going to get caught right here. Alright, so if that's going to get caught, I can't use that. I have a smaller gauge that just might fit through there. Yeah, the smaller gauge will work for that. Okay, so now I'll lower this a little bit here so I don't get in the way. Not that high there, should do it. Then I can let's make a mark in this way here. We'll do. Alright, ready? We'll go to the other side here. Get the camera on the other side. You can see what I'm doing then. Okay, basically here's what I'm doing. I am just going to drop this so it's close to the close to there. Now I have, you can see here, I can slide this across and make sure that I'm staying straight across here, flat on the reference here, this wall here. And I can take a pencil here now, and now I just want to make sure everything's, as long as this is sitting square to this reference here, I can bring this over and make a mark where that's going to touch there, and then come on the other side here, and again making sure that I'm square here against the reference. Making a mark here where that's pointing at, and maybe one in the center here just to verify. Alright, so now I'll go ahead and get a line across there now, connecting all three dots, and that will be my reference line to work off of right there. We'll call that center line. Alright. The first thing in order now would be to get this all set back up on center again here. I know that the rotary table is set up on center. So now it's a matter of getting our reference divot here on center. And so I'll bring this down, verify here, yep, rotary table's on center. So now I'm going to line up this here hole right here, this here little divot we made last time. That little divot right there will be the rotary table center to do this over here. So I'll now bring this down so I get close to where I want it at. Again, check, make sure I'm getting on center. I'll make a mark and then I'll measure over and use this line to square all this up. So let's get a magnifying glass here. Again, I'm going to check, make sure this is what I want it in this position here. And right there. Okay, so now we're lined up. Right there. That's it right there. Now, what I'll do is I'll just make a mark on this side over here. On this flat side, I'll just make a small mark. And I'll use that mark to measure back now. So I'll take this off. There's a mark I just made now on the workpiece. From the workpiece, I'll measure from here over, and then do the same thing on this side, and that would line that up square then. Alright, so I need to, like that, I need to measure. Okay, it's about 2.5 inches right there. Yep, 2.5 inches. So now I will move this down here and make a mark at 2.5 inches. Like that. That's my 2.5 inch mark there. there. And again, I'll square from here over here now. And I'll put these two reference marks together. Alright, so now that gives me my 2 inches over from here. Now this is now parallel with that, and that was parallel with our reference over there. Okay, so now I can set this back up underneath here again, and then get all of this lined up on this side here, and then we'll have it all squared up. I think what I should do now is, everything's set up here, I can, all these here small little tapping screws here, just to give it some sort of a area where I can put the heads at tight against there as reference. And again, we'll just put it like that. Move this out of the way, and I'll put these in here. They're not wood screws. They're just regular metal tapping screws. All I want to do is just get those heads on that there, on that line there, and that will then give me my location. So let's do this more. Let's do this more. More systematically here. Okay, it's my location. There's my location right there. Okay, so now that we're located there, now I can get this here back on center here again. Bring it back down in position. I should have marked this side here too, but I'm going to do that now. Alright, so now right there. Now I'll mark that. So now I have a reference to work off of. I move this out of the way again. Now the next thing to do would be to mark off these dimensions here. 0.876 inches in on the front, and come in from this corner here, 0.987 inches, and let's get those marks on there now. Okay, 0.876. .987. I'll transfer those marks down to here, just for reference again, onto the table itself a little bit, just for reference. Okay, let's get the bit set up. Okay, so now I'll move my x-axis again until I'm getting onto the side here. First of all, I'll get the height first. And I'll touch off down there. Touch off down here now to get the height. Right there's the height. I'll set my depth gauge to that. Set my depth gauge to that now. Okay, that's the lowest I'm going to go to. Bring that back up. Now I'm going to touch off on the side here, and I need to get to that mark. So what I'll do now is I'll rotate the rotary table. Again, rotating the rotary table and adjusting the x-axis until I'm touching my line. There's my line right there. Using my x-axis in the rotary table to get on that line, dropping the y here, the z. About right there. Should do it right there. Off the x-axis now. The y was not touched. Bring the z up here a little bit. And let's turn the rotary table and just see how close this is going to work to the other line. It's coming close. I have to move this in just a little bit now. This way, just a little bit. Right there. That's it, right there. Because remember, this is going to come inside the part. This up here has to come off the edge of it. So, bring this down, bring the x-axis over, turn the rotary table, touching right there, I'm touching. Bring the z up, turn it around. Now, as I said, on this side here, this cut, when it gets to that line there, it's going to be inside. When it gets to where it's at now, it's going to be inside here, a little bit inside the actual workpiece, just as that we have here. So we're very close to where we want it at. We'll stop right here on this line here. I'm going to take a reading on my rotary table degree mark here, and then I'll know exactly where to stop at, because I know that when I run it, I have to run it this way here, and I know that I can stop right here off the edge of it. But down here, I have to get the degree mark on the rotary table. Okay, and that degree mark comes out to 350 degrees, so I'll mark that down, 350.